Hello, my name is Carole. Welcome to my sewing room. This is my channel, Sew Carole, and this is the reveal of the final 2 spins of the Fabric Wheel of Fate. And I know it's been forever since I spun and got my results. The 2 blouses I ended up making, I have to say, for me, almost I would describe them as statement blouses. For a lot of people they'll probably be normal run-of-the-mill blouses, but for me one of them particularly has got some statement sleeves going on, for me, who is very understated most of the time. So the last spin I know was a long time ago, but I've been on holiday and all sorts of things have been happening. So let's have a look at what the results were going to be. So I'll show you with the scraps of fabric. One of them was Butterick 6632, and it was this, both of them are rayon chalets as always, and it was this fabric here. This was my least favourite fabric, mainly because the quality wasn't anything like normal, but that was the first one, and I ended up making that view on the front, which is view C, with which I thought were quite normal gathered sleeves. Come back to that later. And the second one, I'm going to hold more scraps up, was this gorgeous fabric. This was a rayon chalet again, but much better quality, like a smoother, tighter weave. And it was to make this pattern, Butterick 6455, and I ended up making that cute little top there. Very statement sleeve for me. But anyway, I had a great time making those 2 blouses up, and the best thing about them was they're both pull-on blouses, no buttons, no closures. Let's look at the blue one first, I think. So here she is. This is view C. Now, I think it's come out quite nicely. It's quite a sloppy blouse, and actually when I looked on the pattern cover, you can see they're kind of hiding the sleeve width there, which I should have sussed out a bit better. But anyway, the only adjustments I did was I raised it up by, it took about 1 inch off the length of the sleeves, which is what I normally do, and normally works out okay. Probably could have done a bit more. I think I took 1 inch off the length as well, and I graded it out, so I did an 8 at the neck, but I graded it out to a 10 around the bust area because I got quite narrow shoulders, and everything I did I think kind of worked. So I loved this before I put the sleeves on. I have to say, I absolutely loved it, and then I put the sleeves on and they're a bit scary for me. It has got facing, and it's one of these awkward collars with the square bit there. Now you can't see it in this fabric, and that's lucky because it's not perfect at all. It was quite complicated how to do that. It should have come down much lower, as you probably see there, but because you put the facing on and then cut it, I could cut it much shorter. So that portion there is deeper than it should have been. It should have come down way there, but that was my way of making it not so come down so low. Yeah, so this bit isn't perfect. It's that kind of pattern where you have the 2 dots and you reinforce around them, then you cut to that point, and then you put the facing on, and then you pivot at the point. That's the kind of thing that never really goes to perfection unless you're a very good seamstress, which I am not. So I am really pleased with it. So you've got some gathers there. It's very hard to see in this pattern, I will admit, and some gathering on the back. Probably better to show you the line drawings actually. There you go, there and there. This doesn't make out that it's a very wide sleeve at all. Believe me, these sleeves were enormous. So if I pull one out, that is quite a roomy sleeve, and I cut off about that much in the width as well because it just came down and it was almost like a bell sleeve. It's still a bit floppy for me, but I do like it. It's a casual blouse. Tuck it into jeans or wear it over the top of jeans, or because of the length you could probably wear it over leggings. So I'm definitely going to wear it. I kind of like it, you know, it's okay. That's all I can say. But the sleeves for me are very long, and excuse me, I'm going to put my phone on silent. Yeah, not very professional, was it? Always remember to put your phone on silent if you're ever doing anything important or anywhere important. So that was, as I said, Butterick 6632. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Looks kind of nice, definitely wear it, but not my favourite thing I've ever made. So on to the second one, Butterick 6455. It is, for me, quite a statement blouse, quite a brave blouse for me to wear. I do absolutely love it though. Let me bring it a little bit closer. It's the most beautiful fabric, and I have to say the wheel did so well for me because I think it was the perfect fabric for this top. So I've made view A. I will say I'm only 5'2", and this is quite a short front on me, as it is on the model, but it goes just over the waistband of a pair of trousers, which is absolutely fine. But so you've got gathered detail here. This bit is gathered around the neckline. So because I'm narrow shouldered, I didn't do any alterations here. I cut the small, which is size 8 to 10, and I'm more of kind of a 10-12. So yeah, it's on the big size. But because of the gathers, it meant I could pull it in as much as I wanted to, and that worked really well. Put some kind of softer elastic in there so it's not scratchy. So that was great. It's raglan sleeves, but it has these quite, now I've done this design of sleeve before, but it's been very much kind of a tighter sleeve and just a small frill. So this for me is quite sort of bigger and floppier. I do love it though, and it's sort of thing that I would wear when I'm on holiday in the evening, hotel sort of thing. Now my main concern was, as I've made this type of sleeve many times before, was the reverse of this fabric was white. And I've made the mistake before of doing this sleeve, and then you find that when you're moving your arm around, you can see the white underneath, and I hated that. So I actually went to the trouble of lining, double facing the just that bit there, just that bit of the sleeve there. All I did was cut out double, so I cut out 2 pieces for each side, and I just serged them along the long bottom edge, and I then folded them in half. I understitched, you won't be able to see, but I understitched, and that kind of made sure that it turned up that way so you haven't got the join on the edge. And then those 2 seams there were kind of a little bit out, but that was fine because I was gathering anyway, and it worked really well. So you got the understitch bit and it shouldn't flip forward, but who can tell with this pattern? Of course it will make that slightly heavier, and that's probably in my favour actually, because it was a very light fabric. But yeah, little peplum. I've never done a peplum top before. Never know what it would look like on me, but it's not bad. It's very pretty, very brave, but I do love it, and I do love it. It's not the best thing I've ever made, because it does hang a little bit out the front on me, but I do love it, and I would certainly get some use out of it. So 2 fairly successful Butterick blouses with no buttons, which was perfect, all collars. So that concludes the wheel. I've made all these garments from the wheel. If you've never joined me before, and what am I going on about? This is a wheel that my father made for me to help me have a bit of fun and decide which patterns to sew up next, or which fabrics to sew up next. And this time round I did a double whammy. I spun once for the pattern and once for the fabric, and it's been great fun, and it worked out well every single time. Now I will do, hopefully next week, a run through of all the tops I made, because I actually started this in spring, so it's taken me a long time, and I actually can't remember half of these. So yeah, I think I'll do a little rundown a video for you next week, show you them all. So that's it. The fabric wheel will now go away for the winter, I think. I'll have to think of something. If you want to see the fabric wheel again, let me know and I'll bring it out next year. Because again, in these wardrobes behind here, I have some fabrics that are still being bypassed because I think, what am I ever going to do with those? So I think the fabric wheel may come back again next year if you'd like to see it and if you're not bored of it. Thank you so much for joining me in my sewing room. I really hope you enjoyed this series. Don't forget to check out my #FridaySews. I also dabble every now and again in the Lutterlo system. Even if it's something you never had, sometimes it's quite fun to watch me battle along with it. Thank you again for joining me. I'll see you very soon. Goodbye for now.